Yes. Yes. What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy. Y'all already knew though. Peeps, we are on to book number 2 of Rivendell. We knocked out book number 1. It was a beautiful tower. Now we're on to the next section, and looking at the directions here, it says the river, the forge, and the armory. Peeps, it says Bilbo. Starting off strong. English is hard. Bilbo and Frodo reunite in the gazebo. The council invitees arrive. They store their battle gear in the armory in the forge. Arwen and Aragorn meet secretly before the Fellowship departs on its treacherous journey. Ooh. A little talk about Arwen and Gimli here. We got 11 bags for this section, so we're gonna start cranking them out, peeps, because these guys got to get on their journey to Mordor. How are they gonna get there? Oh, look at, I failed. Peeps, Lego lights on. I forgot to start my timer and everything. I am what I am, peeps, and what I am is usually a mess. But I haven't given up on y'all yet. I'm gonna keep working hard to bring y'all the fun, to bring y'all the entertainment, and hopefully y'all keep coming back. I mean, what do you got to lose other than some time? You know, you definitely could lose a little bit of time, but really, what do y'all have to lose? 20 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes. Some of my episodes are a little longer, but really you just have to gain all of the enjoyment of watching all the nonsense that comes out of my mouth. Peeps, I love it. I am having a great time. We are going to crush this build like Gimli crushes rocks in the mountains of Khazad-dûm. Actually, I don't know if Gimli's not from Khazad-dûm. Gimli's from somewhere else, but my memory is escaping me right now. But Gimli definitely leads them through Khazad-dûm. It's such a great name. I don't know if you guys, have y'all ever tried to read Tolkien? Like, watching The Lord of the Rings is one thing, because you're just listening to people say the names. But actually trying to read Lord of the Rings is a challenge, because Tolkien was amazing at coming up with his own names for everything. And what's even more challenging is that everything not only has a name, but it has multiple versions of a name, because there's the he doesn't expressly call a character God, but there is essentially his version of a god that created everything in the known universe, and that universe has a name, and then that Tolkien's god gave the universe and the earth and everything in it, but then the elves have their own names for these things, and then the essentially his version of angels is the best word I can use for it. They have their own words for things, and the humans have their own words for things. It gets really confusing, because you're like, wait, what was this? Who was that character? You gotta go back and look again, and like, oh, that's right. That's the same thing that this person is talking about, just with a different name. It can be challenging. You gotta really dedicate all your brain cells to reading Tolkien, in my opinion. Now, on that note, I'm not a strong reader. Not that I can't read. I have a really hard time. I tell myself all the time, I'm gonna read this book, I'm gonna read this story, whatever, and I get going on it, and then I get distracted with something else, which is You know, kind of the story of my life, except for Lego. I'm really good at staying focused when I do Lego. But when I read books, I often get sidetracked and then I don't finish them. Or I take a really long time to finish them. So, that being said, I think Tolkien is a rather challenging writer. The way he writes. Not necessarily that the content is hard to understand. It's just the way he comes up with his own names. That's the biggest part for me. So many different names for the same things. So, anywho, peeps, we're gonna keep going on this build. This is definitely going to be one of the larger builds that I've recorded. For sure, the Millennium Falcon was the biggest build I've done to date. Where'd this piece go? But in terms of piece count and everything, but in terms of stuff that I've recorded and put out to you guys, I think this is going to be the largest one I've done. Not 100% sure on that. The Hogwarts Express was pretty good, but I don't know that it's, in terms of space, Hogwarts Express is the longest. But I think in terms of piece count, in terms of volume, I think this one's going to take the cake. But anyways, let's just build, peeps. Let's get going. By the way, I was looking because I didn't recognize who this character is. And apparently it's Gimli's father. Oh, let's switch cameras. Let's get this overhead view going on. And this is Gimli's father. And I'll say, I'm not, put it on in the wrong order. I'm not mad that they included Gimli's father as a character, as a minifig that they wanted us to have with this set. I just kind of I'm kind of confused. Now I have to go look at it. That this is one of the ones they chose, just because there's so many characters in the world of Lord of the Rings, and there's ones that aren't included in this set that I'm like, wow, this is kind of surprising that they didn't. Like, there's all right, so I know they're at Rivendell. So you're not going to include like orcs per se, not necessarily. You could, you know, it's Lord of the Rings. They could be anywhere, but it's just, I don't know. There's even other elves that I don't think are in this set that I think would have made more sense with this set than Gimli's father. I'm just gonna be honest. Again, it's been a couple years since I've watched all the Lord of the Rings story or movies. I don't really remember Gimli's father. Again, not to say that he wasn't there, but he definitely wasn't a main character. He wasn't a super important character for sure. So, not a crazy knock on Lego. Just a small knock on Lego. I just feel like there's other characters that definitely could have been included that weren't. But it is all good, peeps. We're just gonna keep rocking and rolling and see where we get today. Alright, peeps. Bags 13 and 14. Moving right along. Of course, in true MC fashion, I didn't notice the directions telling me I needed an extra plate on that last section, but man, that's a nice solid base we got going on. I imagine on this section we're going to build it up a little more so that it'll be like a Mills plate where it'll connect to another section. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, peeps. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Ooh, look at the beautiful colors in this section. I don't know about y'all, but anytime I get these colored clear pieces, ooh, it brings me much joy. Much joy. Unless it's like 1,000 one-dot squares. That would not bring me much joy. The end result would be. The end result. I'm already noticing this build is building up so quickly and taking up so much real estate. I think I'm going to have to switch up my sorting style and kind of do it around here. That way I can slide the section I'm working on back and forth, because I'm going to run out of space quickly. Even though I have more table, I've not taken the time to clean up the table. I think this is like a lot of Lego builders problems. We get going and we just keep pushing and we don't take the time to clean up. I've seen other folks battling this same issue. So I'm just gonna have to rethink my organization for now, or take some time to clean up my table. It's a bit of a mess right now. I have stuff all over it. It's all good. We're just gonna keep for today. We're just gonna keep working, and we'll see where we get. I'm excited. I'm loving this build. It is beautiful. It's challenging. It's everything I want in a Lego set, peeps. It's everything I want in a Lego set. God, look at all these clear blue flat pieces. It's gonna make some beautiful, I'm guessing, water. That's the best I can guess with this. I think this is gonna be water of some sort. We'll see. And looking at the directions here, it says the river, the forge, and the armory. I love the surprise. I love the surprise of the build. Seeing what happens with what. Yeah, this is not too large of a bag, so sorting these pieces more to the right side of my desk is not the worst. And thankfully, like we talked about, I think on first or second episode, there's such a mixture of colors. It's not all just gray or brown or whatever. There's a nice mixture of colors, so things don't really blend in with each other the way other sets would. So now I can move this. Oop, knocked my minifig over. I can move this guy back and forth, but my pieces are all still well sorted. So let's get rockin', peeps. By the way, you guys have a favorite Lord of the Rings character? I was always partial to Gandalf, but the older I get, and now with the release of the new show, spoiler alert, I think I like Sauron. Sauron has, you know, it was kind of crazy in in the original movies, they didn't spend much time on Sauron. They spent a lot of time talking about him as this like horrible threat. He was this terrible bad guy, and you just knew they had to defeat him. But they didn't really get into his backstory very much. And that's one of the aspects of the new show, Rings of Power, that I'm really enjoying, is getting that Sauron backstory. Like, there's so much more. And again, this is where I don't know about everybody else. Maybe I'm the only fool. I don't want to use that word. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Maybe I'm the only one that was just not knowledgeable. How's that? About all Tolkien's other works. I had no idea. I read The Hobbit as a kid. I read the original 3 books, and that was it. I did not know there was so much other... Oh, I totally messed that up. I did not know there was so much other content out there. And like I said, when this show came out, I was like, man, where are they getting this? Are they just making it up? And no, they are not just making it up. There is so much more out there. Of course, I trimmed my nails today, so now I'm struggling. Yeah, there's so much more to Tolkien's world, and I am loving learning all the backstories. So I'm gonna keep watching the show, learning, but I'm liking what they're giving us about Sauron. I'm like learning how he came to be and what his motivations were and why. It's not as simple as he was just a big evil dude. It's not that simple. Probably never, it never is. There's always motivations. Some people are, just out there, but at least in the terms of fictional characters, they usually have a reason. They usually don't just go around creating chaos on Middle Earth for no reason. And that's the way I feel about Senor Sauron. Anywho, let me know in the comments who your favorite character is and why. Why you guys like that guy or that gal or that creature. In some cases, some characters aren't human. Alright, peeps, here we go. We are done with bag 14. This base is coming along very nicely. I was right, it was obviously water, but also, I'm going to point out a couple. Let me switch back. I switched over too quickly. Like, look at the little, I was like, what are all these little blue, I call them, not white blue, I call them, ammo bunkers, because they look like the bunkers that the military store ammo in, these little hump looking things. But I was like, what are they doing with this? It looks like foam. If I'm understanding this picture, this is all hard to tell because the base is blue and then these are also clear blue. But all the white coming into it, and then this is, I'm assuming, some sort of waterfall, some sort, and that's the water splashing down at the base. Obviously, we're not sure what's going on over here quite yet. We got our little, what was it, a little frog hidden here, and then my understanding, some of these pieces are glow in the dark, so that'll be cool. I can't wait to see that once they turn out the lights. But man, peeps, this has been great. This is going really well. Bring back over our father of Gimli. Just pop him on there somewhere for now. And then this is the tower that we've completed earlier. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's going to be something around, lined up something like this somehow. There's like a whole middle section that we're going to build eventually too. So anywho, I love it. I love it, peeps. I can't say enough good stuff about it. I'm absolutely enthralled with this. I can't wait to keep going. I do have to take a little break because I gotta go pick up the kiddo from school, and then we got some other things today. Today's election day, as I'm recording anyway. So hope you guys got out there and vote, no matter who you voted for. If you're an American, today is an election day anyway. So hopefully you went out there and you exercised your right, because it is your right. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't do that, but I do think it's important that we exercise the rights that we have as Americans, because, you know, people fought and died for them. So anywho, that's enough. Peeps, thank you for coming. If you guys enjoyed this video or any of my videos, please like them. Please, please, please hit that like, that thumbs up. Gosh, what is going on with the focus today? It helps. It helps get the algorithm pushing my videos out to other people's feeds. So I don't know how it works. I've said that before, but I've come to understand that likes, subscribes, and then view time is a big one. It really helps get your content out there to new audiences. So I keep trying to mess around with different hashtags, and you know, my thumbnails seem to help sometimes, and other times I don't know. I really don't know what the magic trick is, but I'm still trying, and I'm not ready to give up yet. So I'm gonna keep pushing, and we'll see where we get, peeps. But thanks again for coming. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, holla.